All right, so we are terminating the 406050, or we're going to populate this connector using the GT150 terminal. This is your standard GT150 that we sell. Sorry if my videos are not getting it close enough to see. So first what I will do is grab a seal, and I will add it to that wire like normal. Terminal, do my normal crimp, and as well as around the seal. Now, being that this seal is a lot smaller than your standard, a lot of times your standard like MetroPack 150, the GTs are a lot smaller. The connector cavity is more of an oval shape than a circular shape, so you got to make sure that either you have a crimper that's small enough to crimp, or you'll have to take a pair of pliers. And what I do is squeeze around the insulation portion that holds the seal on the terminal to make it more oval shaped. So now that I squeezed it, technically, terminal, open side, then you got your flat side. So the side that's open, where that can receive the tang inside the connector, will be facing up. The connector with the shark fin or the locking mechanism facing upwards. Let's see if I can get this in the video good enough. Now I'm putting it in this way, and once I push, it should go, oh, sorry, as it's there. Let me pull it back out before I insert it all the way. It's hard to do a video this way, so I apologize. So we're going to get it in there, and you hear it click into place. So my thought, let me grab another wire here. Just a strip of regular, this is 18 gauge wire. I'm not sure which gauge you're using. But my thought is, once I get that seal on there, now when we have the terminal being crimped on, is once you have it crimped to the core part of the wire, and then when you go to do the insulation portion or the sealed part of the terminal, it's most likely that it's too round, where you need to make it more oval shaped. So either you need to find a smaller pair of crimpers that has a smaller diameter for that sealed section. So either something like this to squeeze there. But you can see when I use the regular Delphi one, that seal is the seal portion is still open, so it's creating more of a bent U shape. It's not making a full circle. So I have a feeling either this section of the terminal is either getting caught, or the wider part of the belly of the terminal needs to be a little bit flatter. So either, like I said, to get rid of that belly part, you'd either take pliers and squeeze, or a crimper like this that has a better, smaller cavity squeeze for that sealed portion. And these are ancient crimpers. I don't even know where you can find them anymore. You might be able to find them at White Parts, like we recommended. But once you squeeze that, it should make it small enough. We see that little break there. I don't know if it's focusing good enough, but that little section that wasn't closing is completely closed now. So I have a feeling the sealed portion is going to be your culprit, unless when you're crimping, it's creating a bend like that, and you have to do this motion because straight won't let it go through. So you want to make sure that that's nice and straight. Majority of the time when people have problem inserting this into the cavity, it's going to be that sealed portion. That is always the biggest culprit. So I mean, even if you want to try as a test, take the terminal, take a pair of side cutters, and remove that sealed section. So what I'm doing is I'm right in between the core crimp and the insulation crimp, and I'm removing that section of said terminal. And then what I can do then, strip them and try to just crimp that on without the sealed section and try to install it to see if it goes right in and pops right in. If it does, then you know that your rear crimp, the sealed crimp, is not small enough. So try it like that to see if you can get it populated and insert it. So I have another connector just like that here. Get them out of my bag. So because that's ovular, as you can see, you have no reason where it won't stop now because you're not creating a stop with that seal. So as it's going right in, and you hear it click right in. So that's in there. Now my other trick to remove that lock, in my opinion, is I've always used these, or you can use like a flat nose screwdriver, but I use these like duckbill style pliers. And as I'm inserting it in there, I kind of give it a twist and a pull, and usually they pop right out, but because I'm on film, it probably won't come right out. There we go. Pops right out of there. But basically, yeah, I can see it scratching up a little bit just trying so many times, but as you put it in there and twist, it should just release it right out because you're creating that friction to be able to release it. If not, just go to the back of the connector with like a something that's on that basis, something that's like a jeweler's screwdriver or a pick. A lot of times you can get it far enough in there to push that cavity out. On our pick, this little section that's a little wider, I don't think we'll get far enough into there, so you need something that's like this but longer, so a jeweler's screwdriver usually is the best, or a dental pick with that hook where you can get in the front cavity and try to yank it out. So that's a lot of times what I use to do these guys. But hey, any other questions, feel free to email me or give me a call. I'll try to make even better videos. Sorry, my phone is not focusing enough to get it real close in there, but I really still think that it's really going to be this section that's sealed that's going to be your culprit. So just make sure that that's squeezed enough, because that's usually the ticket, is it's not skinny enough or small enough to fit into that little ovular cavity. So thank you. Talk to you later.